So I'm really pleased to be part of this fantastic group. And I've got a really great presentation today. The presentation is on the AI Auto Trader. And I've done these presentations on Traders Corner before. And, the optimization process of these bots, I listened to Norman and I 100% agree with him. We're just really scratching the surface of the full potential of these automated bots. And the optimization process never ends. And we're having some really exciting results. And I'm going to show you exactly how the AI Auto Trader leverages AI technology and provides our members with a significant edge when trading the financial market. Let's face it, when we go to battle, we want to have a more technologically advanced, a bigger, badder weapon than our competitors. And what I'm going to show you today is leveraging some really advanced machine learning algorithms that really provide our members with a significant edge. I just want to mention, and it's important to know, that I am not a licensed financial advisor. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, please consult with a licensed financial advisor. There is a significant amount of risk in trading. You could lose your entire account. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. I think one of the main things that distinguishes right line trading from our competitors is the transparency. We trade this system every morning live on YouTube, on a YouTube live stream that's open to the public. And I know it's been a long day, and I'm going to give you my short version. Most important, I want to invite you tomorrow. Tomorrow is no exception. God willing, we'll be doing it again tomorrow on YouTube Live. And we start every morning at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. We go through the Forex Factory calendar. We don't want to enable our live accounts during a red folder news report. And after we go through the Forex Factory calendar, we look at what the overnight session looked like, and we prepare for the opening bell. And we've got a really exciting strategy that we trade for the first hour of the market open, and it's called the power play. And I'm going to invite everybody here. I'm going to put a link in the chat box. Come join me if you would tomorrow. It's on YouTube Live, and it's at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. I just put the link in that chat box. And I think the transparency, having the ability of seeing the system perform on a live market before jumping in head first is always a really good idea. We're one of the very few vendors that do it. And as far as the customer experience, I think it's important to know that when you come aboard with Right Line Trading, it's the beginning of what we like to believe is going to be a long-term prosperous relationship. We're not going to welcome you aboard and wish you good luck and never talk to you again. In fact, one of our members, and I always like to talk about Marcia. Marcia sent us this beautiful video testimonial. I'm not going to play it, don't worry. But I am going to give you the short version of her testimonial. You see, Marcia had come to us after purchasing some bots that traded Forex pairs. She kind of bought into it. They delivered it to her and then never helped her. They wished her best of luck, pat her on the back, and off she went, not knowing how to set the thing up and get it started. And of course, they set her up for failure. So she came to us with a bad taste in her mouth. Her experience level at trading, she was brand new. This was her first experience with trading. Really a crying shame. However, and she's such a beautiful, blessed woman, a woman of God, a real believer. And she came to us very hungry to succeed at trading. And her experience, and it's amazing, within the first 60 days of coming aboard and trading these AI bots, she was able to pass 10 Apex accounts. She still has those same accounts. In fact, now she has 15. 6 months later, she has 15, still has the same 15 accounts 6 months later, which is incredible, an incredible testimonial. So her learning curve, the accomplishments that she was able to achieve in such a short period of time is just amazing. I've been with Right Line Trading for, I'm going on my 12th year, and I have the privilege, I consider it a privilege of answering the phones here. And I talk to traders of all experience levels, and usually to be able to accomplish what she's done in 60 days, you or I or most of you who I speak to on the phones will agree with me that we go through what we call the school of hard knocks, a very expensive education. You know, listen, before the prop firms came and we wanted to trade, we would have to put 5 or 10 grand of our own money and give it a spin. And, you know, we would learn through the, the school of hard knocks, blowing at our accounts, what not to do the next time. Well, Marcia was able to accomplish amazing feats within the first 60 days, significantly shortening her learning time and being able to achieve accomplishments that would have taken us tens of thousands of dollars in order to achieve. So Marcia is really a beautiful woman. If you want to see her full testimonial, it is on our YouTube channel. Listen, I'm going to give you the short version today because I know it's been a long day, but I do want to just go over the basic principles and why I think the AI auto trader and right line trading is a good choice. Number one, our vision here at Right Line Trading, and we've been around for about 15 years, is to develop innovative trading strategies that provide our members with an edge. Well, what kind of edge are we talking about here? Well, the type of edge we're talking about today is an edge with a technological breakthrough, with artificial intelligence, with automated bots. You see, what makes our bots unique is they dynamically change their own inputs based on the market conditions. Listen, the elephant in the room when you talk about automated bots is my experience with all of them in the past has always been that they're only good in certain market conditions. When the market conditions change, the parameters need to be optimized, the inputs get stale, and they just don't. They're just not very consistent. There's no consistency. This has been a game changer. Integrating artificial intelligence, and I'm going to explain to you very briefly how this technology works. Our team here at Right Line Trading, it's important to know, it's not just me pulling the switches and flipping all the levers. I'm part of a very experienced, educated team of not only software developers and engineers, but professional traders as well. We have 3 professional traders on staff, Mr. Craig Emery, Mr. David the Kushner, and Mr. David Wise. Craig and the Kush both trade futures, while David Wise is a professional options trader. Behind the desks here at Right Line Trading, we have Brock Miller. He's a college student getting his degree in computer science. Mr. Charles Sider has a master's degree from UCLA. He has extensive experience in software development and software engineering. Sergio Luque Rodriguez has his master's degree in computer science. We also have Mr. Mark Miller, who is the owner of Right Line Trading, has his MBA from Cal State, and his experience is in robotics and automation. He's also an engineer. He was with the U.S. Army. He's a U.S. Army vet. And over the course of the past 15 years, we've really built a beautiful community of traders, and we all converse with one another. We all communicate There's power in numbers. We all communicate with one another through Discord. Discord is our community that we all communicate our experiences, what's working, and sometimes more important is what's not working. So we could sidestep those speed bumps. But I also want to introduce myself, who the voice is you hear behind the computer screen. My name's Rory Powers. I'm a Syracuse University graduate. I reside down in South Florida. I've been with Right Line Trading for I'm going on my 12th year this July, and I love what I do. It's really my passion. And my other passion happens to be saltwater fishing. Residing down here in South Florida, I'm a stone's throw away from the Florida Keys. And on a recent fishing trip, Mark Miller and old Luque, we all went out fishing and caught some beautiful snapper and grouper. That's my other passion is saltwater fishing. And once the boat came to the dock, we took these beautiful fish into the restaurant right in the background here, and they cooked them up for us, the most delicious fresh fish ever. But listen, I've got to brag about my prize catch. The catch of a lifetime was my beautiful wife, Christelle. She really a great woman, just like Norman was saying how Tish is his partner. Well, God gave me not only a incredibly strong, spiritually strong, but incredibly intelligent woman with Christelle, who we have two beautiful children together, a 6-year-old and 2-year-old. My friends tell me I've got more guts than brains, but I wouldn't change a thing. Believe me, I'm so blessed to have them in my life. So let's get on with the show. The genesis of the AI auto trader, and whether you trade a prop account or a live account, it makes no difference. We got to have some consistency in order to be profitable. Consistency, that's such a key word when it comes to trading. You think of prop trading, whose their business model, the prop firm's business model, is for us to fail. See, they want to keep selling us these evaluation accounts, and we have to keep buying paying for the activation fees. But what they don't want you to do, let the truth be known, is they don't want to pay out. So how do they prevent payouts? Well, what they've done is they've put into effect these consistency rules, right? They've got 3 different ways to get you on this consistency. You have to have 8 trading sessions. Not one of those 8 trading sessions can you have more than 30% of your gains in one session. You have to have 5 payouts or 4 payouts in order to get all your money. They want to keep punting the ball down the road and keep making you be consistent. And the odds are in their favor that we as traders cannot do it. Okay, that's how they get us. So this is my favorite slide of this presentation. Thank you, Antonio. I really appreciate that. God bless you, my friend. This lady, this is really the spirit of the frustration is what she's showing. And I know from speaking to so many of you that are here today, and I thank you again for joining me, is I know the frustration that we go through on this trading journey, and I know it firsthand. Believe me, I've gone to bed at night talking to myself, wondering if I'll ever get this, because it's such a frustrating, difficult, thing that we do with this trading. This beautiful, nice woman, very conservative. She's dressed in a business suit. What has happened to her in this picture, and this is my interpretation, is she has seen her trading account dwindle from being very, a nice, healthy trading account. But over the course of maybe 4 or 6 or 7 weeks or months, whichever time frame that these bars represent, she has seen the equity in her account dwindle down to almost nothing. Ever been there? Well, it's finally come to a boiling point. and she cannot contain it. She can't hold it down any longer. And what she's done is she's taken the old sledgehammer out of her desk drawer, and she's ready to smash that computer monitor into smithereens. And the reason she's going to smash it is because she's absolutely convinced at this point that there's a conspiracy going on between the broker, the market maker, the prop firm. She doesn't know who, but she knows there's a conspiracy going on, and they're taking all of her money. And it's reached a boiling point. Well, that was the genesis of the AI auto trader. And it has been our commitment to bring this to an end. You see, I was right here in Trader's Corner, and the light kind of went on. I was listening to a presentation by a gentleman by the name of Chris Vermeulen. And Chris Vermeulen had done a study. When it comes to trading, all of us share as human beings, we all share the same core personality traits. In his study, he wanted to see which personality traits lend well to being a good disciplined trader. Well, bad news. What he found was out of the 10 core personalities that we all share, and just to name a few, we have the driver, the one who says go, go, go. We have the analytical, maybe the engineer who has to have all of the information and make all the calculations have to be precise. And then you have like me, the emotional. The emotional is somebody who is wants to hang on to their money, has a fear of losing their money, an attachment, an emotional attachment to their money. That's me. When I see that P&L start getting green and I'm in the green on a trade, instinct, it's almost like a reflex. I grab my stop and I squeeze that trade so tight that I choke it out. I don't let it mature, or vice versa. If the trade goes against me and I'm taking a little heat, I want to bail out on the trade and close the position, only to watch in total frustration the market reverse and go in the direction that I had the position in. And that was that frustration that I saw in the previous slide. But those are the core personality traits that we all share. And what Chris Vermeulen found was only one or maybe two of those 10 core personality traits lend well to being a good disciplined trader. You see, successful traders, what they all have in common is they have a rules-based plan. There have to be certain conditions that must occur in order for them to pull the trigger. And it's all based on the technicals, right? It's not based on emotions. It's all based on the technicals. And they're able to channel out all of those distractions. I like to think of it as, you think of somebody like Michael Jordan, who, one of the greatest basketball players ever. He was able to put himself in the zone. When he got onto that basketball court, it didn't matter if there was 1 million people watching, if it was for the world championship, if he had $1 million side bet on the game, it didn't matter. He could put up those blinders and he could do these acrobatic moves and throw the ball through that basket. He admitted it. He said, listen, there were times that the basket just looked huge to him. And he had this little ball and he could put it through there like it was effortless. And listen, that's the type of natural ability that those 1 or 2 core personality traits have to trading. Unfortunately, the vast majority of us, including myself, don't have that gift. We don't have that gift. I wish I could say I did. So we've narrowed it down to 2 things that we believe are going to create trading success. I didn't finish my thought on the previous slide. it all leads to the same place. If we let emotions dictate our decisions, we're going to blow out our trading account. So we've narrowed it down to two things that we believe are going to create trading success. Number one, because we all share these human personality traits and emotions, ideally we want a tool set that can automatically get us in and out. Now listen, if you are one of those one or two personalities that you're just a gifted trader and everything is going great, then I wouldn't change a thing. If things are going well, do not fix anything that is not broken. However, if you are having some issues with consistency, then listen up because I have a solution. Number two, it ideally is software that gets us in automatic. Number one is we have to have the proper tool set. Okay, the proper tool set. This AI technology, listen, if you've been living under a rock, let me tell you, we're in the midst of an AI revolution. An AI revolution. It's working its way into just about every sector of our economy. Just to name a few: energy, agriculture, education, transportation, manufacturing, retail, and e-commerce. In finance, which is number two, number one, of course, is healthcare. Let's hope they have some breakthroughs. But number two is finance. 95% of large institutions, that's hedge funds and investment firms, are leveraging AI in their algos. Okay, so this is absolutely the wave of the future. It provides those hedge funds and investment firms an edge to be able to trigger those algos to get in and out of these trades. We're going to provide you with those same advancements in technology with this AI auto trader. So the main benefits, it's going to eliminate our bonehead mistakes. I always put myself in the first person. I can't tell you how many times in a fast-moving market that I've made human errors. Maybe it was being unfamiliar with the trading platform, or a news report came out, or there was slippage, or there was lag, or there was who knows what. I can't tell you how many times that I refer to them as bonehead mistakes. They're just human errors, and they become very costly. We have a trading system that, through a closed loop system, mathematically is going to place your stop and your profit target in the most ideal location when you take a trade. These are all inputs that will change dynamically while you're trading. The system can recognize the average true range of the market and make the necessary changes to produce the most efficient outcome. Okay, so that self-optimization is something that I'm just going to go into a little more detail with without going too far deep into the minutia. If you're a prop trader, stick around. Man, I've got there's two phases to the prop trading. Number one, the first phase is the evaluation. Man, you got to put your blood, sweat, and tears to pass their test, with the trailing threshold and the 30 and the consistency rules. And it's very difficult. But once you pass that evaluation, then we have our PA accounts. That's our vehicle. That's our vessel to withdraw money from. Okay, the PA accounts. So we have strategies that are customized to be successful at both passing the evaluation, and then we use a different strategy that's going to sustain your funding and get you consistent payouts. So stick around if you're a prop trader. I like to refer to it as prop trading on steroids. But the technology is really the key to this. I always have people call me and they say, what do you think? Why do you think you're having so much success with this new automated system? And the answer is really simple. It's the new integration. It's this AI integration. You see, when Mark Miller purchased the company from Mark Sachs, about 3 years ago. His number one goal was to automate this beautiful trading system, these beautiful indicators that were the foundation of right line trading. We went into a collaboration with a world-renowned AI development lab. He bought the company with the foresight that he's going to automate this using artificial intelligence. So what's the first step? Well, the first step is we've got to get our software developers up to speed with how to integrate this into NinjaTrader 8 language. Well, let me tell you something. Old Luke and Charles were the beneficiaries of a collaboration with a world-renowned AI development lab. Now, I believe that we are at the forefront of this technology, and the technology that we're using, each and every one of our bots runs in tandem with what we call a drone, which is really just another bot. It has static inputs. The drone has static inputs. The bot has dynamically adjusting inputs. The bot and the drone both take the trade. The drone is going to trade continuously 23 hours a day. And it's going to learn, number one, what the average true range of the market is. Okay. It's sharing a database with the bot, and it's telling the bot, put your stop here and put your profit target here, because you have the highest likelihood of getting a profitable trade with your stop and profit targets in these positions. So it's dynamically adjusting the placement of your profit target and your stop based on average true range. Remember, it's running 23 hours a day. The next component that it's dynamically adjusting are the trading session hours. The trading session hours. It's going to trade right through the Asian Open. It's going to trade through the London Open and through the New York Stock Exchange. And it's going to learn what times of the day that it performs the absolute best. You see, right in the strategy parameters, if I open up the internals of the strategy itself, you could see here in the strategy itself that it will dynamically put in up to 3 trading session hours based on historical performance. So our mandate as developers of these strategies, first and foremost, is to filter out the losing trades. We've got to get rid of the losers, even at the expense of letting some of the winners pass us by. We've got to sidestep losers. How do we do it? This is how we do it. These are a few of the ways we do it. We sit on our hands during the times of the day that just aren't profitable, and we only trade during the times that we know are profitable. So that's another component to this AI integration. The last and certainly not least is the markets are very symmetrical. There's certain candlestick patterns that reoccur throughout the trading session. They have for example, the bullish or bearish engulfing candlestick patterns. When the system has a self-learning component to it, when it recognizes certain candlestick patterns, it's going to react accordingly. If you're in a long trade and all of a sudden we get this big, ugly, bearish engulfing candle, well, the system is going to close and take profits or minimize your loss immediately. So that's another component of this AI integration. Really, I think the one of the most effective ways, though, is what I had mentioned earlier, and this is just an illustration how the drone is running 23 hours a day. And I'm going to show you a real life example this week of how the power play, which is our automated strategy. Anyway, the drone runs the 23 hours out of the session, and you can see each half hour of the day. Each one of these bars represents, this is 8:30, 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30, right through 10:30 to 11 o'clock. Starting at 8:30, this drone did phenomenal. all green bars. But what happened is after 11 o'clock, things got a little sketchy, and it was hit or miss. But then the last hour to the closing bell, it picked back up. So what does the bot do? The bot changes its own inputs and will only trade during the times of the day that historically the drone is profitable. So these are bots that you never have to optimize. You never have to change their settings because they do it themselves. Okay, they're smart bots. So with AI automation and automated bots, it really all boils down to how much money do they make? What is the performance like? And we've got some bots. It's a diversified portfolio of strategies. However, our 1-2 punch is the NASDAQ and the E-mini. We trade a variety of different instruments. We've diversified into crude oil and gold, the Dow. The only index equity that we really don't trade right now is the Russell. It just doesn't have a lot of volume. But I said all of that to say that the ES and the NQ are our most profitable. We have a bot called the AI ES 30 range. We call it the 30 range star. One of our members, Robert, is the gentleman that is a professional as well that loves bots. And he purchased our system and he optimized this template for us. And he made $60,000 over 6 months with it. On our machines over the last 2 or 3 months, from March 1st to April 28th, it's at $15,427. I always like to say, well, what have you done for me lately? Right? It was nice back last month or 2 months ago, but what have you done this month? This month, that same ES30 range bot is up $2,300 from May 1st to May 15th. Very nice, efficient output, that bot. And it's the max drawdown on it is $1,300. Okay, $1,300, the max drawdown. Very efficient. Up $2,300. It's taken 5 trades the entire month this month, this bot. So it's trading just a small window out of the session that it has a very high percentage chance of winning. Okay, you think of bots, you think of a bot trading every 2 minutes. This is a bot that from May 1st to May 15th took 5 trades, won 50% of them, and is up $2,300. And going back to March 1st, it's up $15,427. Okay, Robert's been trading at 6 months, and he's up $60,000. Then we have the ESVW. The ESVW, another powerhouse that runs on the ES. From March 10th to April 30th, I'll answer your question in just a minute, Nina. From March 10th to April 30th, this VW is up $22,000. Listen, this is not a back test. This is not a hypothetical. This is not a strategy analyzer that's, you can't depend on. These were actual trades taken on a live market, trading one contract. Okay, one contract. So the VW, what have you done for me lately? Well, the VW in the month of May is up $7,200 in May. Okay, in May is up $7,200. It's taken 17 trades. It's won just over 76% of its trades. That's incredible. 7,200 trading one contract on the ES. I could say one thing, and this is not coming from a political standpoint. I don't come from a political angle, but I can tell you that these tariffs, Trump just a few days ago at the beginning of the week, on Sunday, over the weekend actually, him and China, the Trump administration in China came to some type of concession, and they decided to put a 90-day pause on these tariffs. Well, man, the volatility that created, these bots thrive. It's like putting jet fuel. They love that volatility. So the trading environment that this administration is creating lends well to these AI bots. I can tell you that firsthand. So the ESVW, one of our most powerful, and my personal favorite is the power play. The power play. The power play from March 1st to April 30th. Our cumulative net profits are $6,550. I want to go even a little bit further back on this, because these are the ones that I trade live on YouTube. And if you come join me tomorrow, you're going to see it live, the power play. And I'm going to show you the spirit of the power play. This is a P&L from January 1st to May 15th. Over the course of 4 months, this bot, these strategies, this is 3 accounts, okay, is up $28,000, $7,000 per account. Every trade that we've taken has been live and recorded on YouTube. It's not a hypothetical. It's all recorded, okay? That's why I want to invite you to come check it out. Come check it out tomorrow at 9:15. We traded on our live accounts in front of the whole world to see. If we have a bad day, there's no hiding from it. Today I had a bad day. But from January 1st to May 15th, we're up $28,000. This bot, let me show you. This is it. Don't worry, it's not a long tape. This is the power play, and let me set up the tape. One of the conditions for this trade to execute, on my left is a NASDAQ chart on a 20 Unirenko. On my right is a NASDAQ chart on a 30 range. So the 30 range is what the strategy is running on. A 20 Unirenko is our higher time frame. Okay, remember, these are very short-term positions. A swing trader might look at a daily chart and have it line up with a 5-minute to take an entry. With these short-term trades, our higher time frame isn't a daily, it's a 20 Unirenko. These are very big bars. And one of the conditions that must be met is, in order for the bot on the 30 range to take a long trade, my 20 Unirenko the price must be above my 50. My 50 is this green line that's right here on my chart. So it both are in agreement. Market structure wise, they're both set up for a long trade. So let's play the tape. I've got a trade copier going, and we get into the trade. It's copied across 6 different Apex accounts. And what happens, the spirit of this trade is, we take it within the first hour of the market open. I have a 60 tick stop loss. I'm risking $300, and potentially I can make 500. So my profit target is pretty ambitious. It's a 100 tick profit target. But what makes it a great strategy, listen to this, is we've developed what we call our profit window. Our profit window, the way it works is, once our trade has matured and goes 75 ticks, our profit window is 25 ticks. So when it's 25 ticks from my profit target, what it does is it will automatically lock in $250 of profit. My stop automatically flies up. And in just a minute here, you're going to see this trade, once it breaks through support or resistance and gets a little bit closer to my profit target, you're going to see my stop down here, and it's going to go into my profit window. And I'm going to pause the tape once it does. Okay, right there, it's 25 ticks from my profit target. I can't tell you how many people I talk to on the phone. They say, Rory, I just want to make a couple $100. Do you have something? I just need a couple hundred. That's it. I got 15 accounts or 20 accounts. I'm not trying to break the bank. I just need a couple hundred, just a little bitty profit each day. Well, listen, this is the closest that we have to that. You know, by no means is it the Holy Grail, but the course of, you know, from January 15th to today, we're at $28,000. So this trade now is in my profit window. Worst case scenario is it comes back and hits my stop and I make 250. And I make 250 across all of my accounts. I've had a pretty good day. Best case scenario is it goes through and I go all the way to 100 ticks and I make $500 on the trade. So it's a win-win proposition once my profit window kicks in. So on this particular trade, it hits my profit target of 100 ticks or $500. And you can see on my trade copier, across all of my Apex accounts on that one trade, I've made $500 or $3,000. So that's the spirit of this power play and how we leverage it to trade our PA accounts. And, you know, really, you know, something incredible that I learned just recently is with this profit window. Remember I mentioned how the bots will dynamically change the position of the profit target. Well, the last few days, the market, if you noticed, in the first hour today and yesterday, it was a ranging market. It was choppy. And what happened was the bot moved the profit target to about 75 ticks. So it actually moved my profit window. It only needed to go 50 ticks. So it's going to dynamically change based on your market conditions, what the range of the market is. Okay, it's very important that it does that. So that's how the PA accounts have done since January 15th. Just an incredible strategy. So let's just touch bases, because in the special offer, I'm gonna give you my special offer. I know my time is up, and I want to mention, if you have a question, please, and I don't get to it, I'm going to answer just a couple that I can get to. Please put your name and your number in the chat box. I'd love to give you a call, and I want to answer your question because your question is important to me. And I want to respect Anthony at the same time, so I'm kind of in a catch-22. But if you put your name and your number, only I can see it, and Anthony with Traders Corner, and I will give you a call after the event, or if you prefer tomorrow, I'll give you a call tomorrow. Okay, included in my special offer, normally our prop trading templates are an add-on. That's not the case for Traders Corner. We love Traders Corner. Traders Corner special event, we're going to include the prop trading templates. All of our one-day pass templates and all of our PA account templates are going to be included for free. What am I talking about one-day pass templates? One-day pass templates are the templates that we've customized in order to pass your evaluations. And these one-day passes are smoking it, let me tell you. We have 5 different one-day passes. They trade on all of the instruments I mentioned, the E-mini, the NASDAQ, crude oil, gold, and the Dow. And they're time optimized. They trade the maximum number of contracts and the minimum number of ticks to get you a funded account in one trade. Now, what we look at with these is what is the percentage that they win, right? Not so much as what the net profit is, because it's just a pass or fail. We're going to pivot to a more conservative strategy once we get the funded account. My slide says 53%, but remember I told you I answer the phones here. So I'm going to under promise. Okay, I'm not going to answer the phone and listen to somebody be upset with me for saying, hey, you're going to pass 50% of the time. I'm telling you that this is trading. It might say 50% on my slide. There's a chance you could lose them all. I'm comfortable in my own skin telling you that 1 out of 3, if you trade this E-mini, the ES or the NASDAQ or the Dow, there's a few of them, I'm very comfortable to tell you that 1 out of 3 are going to pass the evaluation, okay? So if the prop firm is running, and I'm going to answer your question right now, Nina. Nina asked a question specifically regarding prop firms. She said, "How do you use this as prop firms do not allow bots?" Nina, Apex does allow bots. Some prop firms don't allow them. Okay, it's important to know that most will, because this is actually considered a semi-automated strategy. What do I mean by that? The short answer is you, being the user, control all of the conditions that must be met in order for an entry to trigger. It's not a black box system. It's a self-directed strategy. Now, our team of professionals does give you all the answers to put in the blanks of the strategy parameters. But because they're all adjustable, and for each one of our triggers, we can respect pivots and market structure and trade when the 50 is above and below, and pivots and volume and the VWAP. We have a million different conditions. We can make it as conservative or aggressive as we want. But the bottom line is we control the parameters for the entries. Once the trade is executed, your stop and your profit target is projected on your chart. That provides you with the ability to manage your trade. That's what's in the fine print. You must be able to manage your trade. You must be in front of your chart. You must be able to control the conditions in order for the trade to be executed. And once the trade is executed, you can move your stop and your profit target as you see fit. So it does meet the requirements of a semi-automated system, and that's how we are able to get payouts, and we all have gotten payouts on our team. David asked a question regarding commissions. I'm not 100% sure. On my Ninja Trader, I do have commissions automatically deducted because I have a lifetime license with Ninja. However, some of the slides were made by Mark Miller, who's the owner of the company, and they may not have commissions deducted. Okay. So some do, and it looks like some don't, David. That's a good observation. All right, let's keep moving. So the PA, those were the one-day passes. My special offer is going to include the one-day passes, and it's going to include the custom templates for the PA accounts. Listen, it's really nice to pass that evaluation. It feels great, but now our job begins. We got to get a payout. That's our mandate as traders, is to make money, right? We got to sidestep losers, yes, but if we're not getting payouts, if we're not making money, we're wasting our time. So we're going to pivot to one of our PA account templates that has really a significantly less amount of risk on the entries. I try to make $250 to $500 a day, and I'm inviting each and every one of you to come join me tomorrow. These are some of the payouts that we've gotten from Apex. Members of our community, it's not just me making money and doing well. We have several members, and you'll see tomorrow in YouTube, that are making money with this. This is Simon from overseas, from the UK, across his Apex accounts in one day, profited $16,000, and it's not unusual. Limit Up, another member of ours, Steve Cherry, Ron Nettles, a Vietnam vet, great guy. My God, I know Ron for a dozen years now. He's a Vietnam vet, made 10 grand trading gold. We've got a really exciting gold strategy. And when there's political unrest, man, that gold is very volatile. There were some weeks, this year that you couldn't find a losing trade on that gold bot. Suzanne is a leader in our community. She's going to be, quitting her full-time job to become a full-time trader because of the success that she's been having with her trading career. So let's get to the special offer. The AI Auto Trader, we're going to include the full Monty, the full portfolio of strategies, the prop trading templates, the one-day pass templates, the PA account templates. If we got a template for the AI system, you got it. Everything's included, no questions asked. It also comes with a discretionary component. We have the most beautiful chart templates that provide you with these beautiful signals for entries. These were some of the live trades taken on this particular bot. And you could see these beautiful signals. If you get some of these signals and you want to execute the trades yourself, that's always an option that's available to you. So the monthly membership is normally $11.98. We're going to do a 50% off across the board. For the 50% discount on the monthly, it's going to drop it down to $5.99, $5.99 a month. The annual membership, which is a great value, for $14.99. Listen, normally it's $29.98. If we knock off 50% for $14.99, if you divide that by 12, it comes out to about $120 a month. For $120 a month, you're going to have one of the most powerful automated systems out there. You're going to be able to trade it live with us every day on YouTube, and you're going to be a member of our community of traders that's going to help you along in this journey. It's really a great value. The lifetime membership, if you're somebody that just doesn't like recurring subscriptions or payments, and if you have the means, obviously that's going to be the best value. Instead of $49.99, take advantage of it before Sunday, and it's going to be $24.99. It's a one-time payment, and you'll own it forever. There's no ongoing maintenance fees or additional charges whatsoever. That's not, you'll be grandfathered into that. That's not sustainable as a company. Sooner or later, we're going to need more help and hire more staff, and there'll be a maintenance fee. But for now, we're good, and you'll be grandfathered in to a one-time payment with no ongoing maintenance fees whatsoever. Listen, we've got a great option at checkout. It's called PayPal Later. Pay later, isn't that nice? Pay later. Why pay now if you could pay later? The best part about it, there's no interest. You could break it up into 4 or 6 payments interest-free. And it's called Pay Later. It's available at checkout. Thank you, Antonio. Tony says you guys got the dream team. Thank you. He's been a member with us for quite a few years as well. Listen, if you go on Trustpilot, don't take my word for it. If you go to Trustpilot, and we're very proud of this, with exception to Dean Hanley's review. Dean Hanley, you got to know the guy to love him. But we've had 123 reviews. We have a 4.6%, a 4.6 rating. Our members, if you read them, are most of them, 95% of them are very happy with Right Line Trading. So we do provide ongoing customer support. And I don't really want to take much more of your time, but I'm going to end with this. The last testimonial, a member of ours was asked in YouTube about his experience with Right Line Trading and in regards to some of our competitors. And Gary had purchased bots from several of our competitors and found that the Right Line Trading system kills it. He found that our bots are far superior to those other vendors. So I just want to end by saying this. Listen, I'm somebody that has blown out more accounts than I can count, than I can remember. I wish I had back the money that I've lost. The AI Auto Trader has been a game changer in my trading career. Why? Because it's eliminated those human emotions that have been sabotaging my trading for decades. They've destroyed my trading. And for me to continue in the same trajectory and doing the same thing is the very definition of insanity. By making this change and going with the automated bots, it has been a game changer, and I'm very confident that it can be a game changer in your trading career as well. So I highly, highly recommend joining me tomorrow and at least giving it a look. I want to thank you for your time. And Anthony, listen, I'm so grateful for Traders Corner and for giving us a venue and an opportunity to show our products and services. Thanks again, Anthony, for having me. Again, last thing, put your name and number in. I'm out of time, and I'm going to give you a call if you have a question. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks, Anthony.